I was fired because my personal business was taking over my 9-to-5 job.
Over the past few weeks, some decisions have been made. Today will unfortunately be your last day.
For the last year, I've been trying to run my own agency. My engagement and attention to my 9-to-5 was falling, and the company had started to notice. I was stuck in this endless loop of starting off strong and then falling off, landing me in the same position every time. But I'm seeing this as an opportunity to go all in, and I'm going to be documenting my entire journey from being fired to financial freedom. The goal is to go from $0 to $50,000 a month, and I want to bring you guys along for the journey.
Hey guys, today is Friday the 14th of June. Had a very good day yesterday, got lots done. Really good progress as well. So the fractional sales leader, he sent out like 5 proposals at the moment. As I said, he's like a pipeline machine for me. One of them came through pretty much straight away saying, great, let's go ahead. When can we get started? So I think that's due to get started in around 10 days time. So that'll be for $4,000 a month. We're having a lot better success with Superstar databases, their campaigns. I'm hoping we're doing enough to get them not to churn, but we'll see. The only other concern we've got at the moment is that my latest client, Blockshift, they're getting a bit concerned because they're not seeing much traction. I think it's a combination of, yes, the campaigns aren't doing as well as they should do, but also I think their expectations are way too high. So plan for today is I'm going to go to the office now and start coming up with some new ideas of Blockshift just to see if we can help kind of move their campaigns in a better direction. So with the focus of trying to systematize my business at the moment, I've started building a system that will take my clients' onboarding form. From that, I'm building out a flow that will then do deep analysis and research on every single part of that, and then to generate a PDF full document that will basically be like the inception point of our campaigns. With that, like half the work's already done for us. I'm still halfway through building it, or not even that. I've done about 10% of it so far, but I think like this is going to really allow us to improve our output, improve our service delivery, and it's just going to make the whole thing a lot more scalable. Good morning guys, today is Monday the 17th of June. Last update I think was on Friday. Haven't done any updates since then just because I've been away, went back home for Father's Day, so didn't really get much done. Over the weekend when I did get some time, I was just working on building out that automated AI research tool because I think, well, now it's done, that's going to be really helpful. So what happens now when someone fills out the onboarding form, it will automatically go through, do deep research on their company, suggest what their ICP should be above and beyond what they've already told us it should be. Also helps us to kind of like pinpoint what's the actual problem they're solving and goes into a bit more detail on that. Also, I've got it to create several different copywriting structures. Basically, it outputs several different suggestions of email campaigns that we could run with. These are always going to need like tweaking and changing, but it gives us that basis of all that stuff where it's just you have to think about stuff, and it just makes that initial start of the campaign a lot easier. Another good bit of news is that Luke came through and said we've got another client that's closed, so that's another 4,000 coming in. Currently, that brings our revenue to around 28,500, which is really good. Now, we have to bear in mind that obviously we've got one client that's currently paused. I think they're starting again this month. There are a couple of clients that are like looking a bit shaky in terms of whether or not they're going to stay with us. But yeah, that is a big weight lifted, kind of getting those through. Yeah, last thing to say is I think I spent a lot of time on Friday going through new campaign strategies for my new client Blockshift. We put together some new campaign examples and I think they look really good. But I think it's tricky when things aren't working for a company or they have expectations up here. It's very tricky to manage that. I'm just going to come up with some new stuff for them today and I will keep you guys posted, let you know how it goes. Hey guys, today is Tuesday the 18th of June. It's like 12:30-ish at the moment. I mean, mornings take me ages at the moment. I even got up quite early. I think just procrastination, going to the gym in the morning, coming back, having a shower, making breakfast, whatever. Everything just seems to be taking a long time and I'm losing a lot of time. So like now I've got to go and pick up my son at around 5:30. So I've only got like 5-6 hours of actual work and then I've got to do more in the evening. So need to really optimize that. In terms of what we're working on today, so Hotel Ship, need to make sure they've got some new leads in the campaign. When I've been making campaigns in the past, I've always just kind of like storing everything in my head of like, how do we get the leads in? Where do we get the leads from? What have we processed? What haven't we processed? Something that I'm trying to do at the moment is to, again, make that more systematized. It's a bit of extra work. Every campaign we're creating a blueprint now, but again, it's what you need to do to run a scalable, successful business. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, this morning I've just been doing that for like an hour and I've done nothing, been distracted distracted in terms of thinking about, oh, where do the leads come from? How do we get them in? Which ones have we already done? Which ones haven't we done? So definitely something I need to do. That's probably the main goal for today. The latest new client, User Field, they filled out their onboarding form yesterday. So that's gone through the entire AI research process. It's the first client that's actually done that. And the output's pretty good. There are definitely some improvements I need to make there to make it more effective. But the way it's built, it's really easy to make changes to make it better. And we can just continually iterate on that to make it as good as possible. Still awaiting payment, but I think that's coming today. As soon as we get payment, we can set up the email accounts. We have to warm up the email accounts for 2 weeks. Once that's done, or during that time, we can use that time to set up all the campaigns, get the strategy really good, doing continual meetings with the team I'm working on it with to make sure we're all happy. I think focusing in that 2 weeks is really important, rather than just kind of like not half-arsing it, but like not experimenting enough. If we really go hard on those 2 weeks, then after that, we're going to have like 5+ experiments to work with, and then we should be able to see which ones are performing best. Superstar databases, to touch on them quickly, their campaign's definitely performing a lot better. Still not quite where we need it to be. We've got 3 leads this week, no meetings booked. Hopefully we're going to start to see those meetings coming in now the follow-ups have started to go out. But we've had a lot of interest, and I think the interest and kind of what I've said to him is enough to kind of keep him on board for now. And yeah, the ultimate goal at the moment is just to unstick everything. Everything's a bit messy, and I need to make sure everything's organized. Over the next few months, what I'm planning on doing is just setting a default strategy, a default sort of like settings for everything, a default workflow, and migrating everything over to that, just so we know how everything's working and everything's uniform. When we get a new client on, we know this process from start to finish, and that's how we build a scalable business. Very much learning as we go, but I think key thing to remember is it's only been 8 months. You know, if I think of the journey, 8 months ago, I was fired from my job. Had someone have said to me, hey, in 8 months' time, you're going to be sitting on 28,500 revenue a month, you know, that'd be amazing. And it's really interesting because when you're in that position, you don't appreciate that. I think it's very much the human condition, and you're always striving for more, which is a blessing and a curse because it means you're constantly improving. But I think it's good to take a step back sometimes and appreciate where you've got to and how quickly you've got there. Just another quick update. The guy from Superstar Databases just messaged me saying that the 5 clients that he closed as a result of our campaign, they've gone ahead now. He asked me to send him an invoice for $2,800. So we're charging 15% commission from the first month. So that means that each month he's generating around $20,000 to $25,000 from what we've done for him so far. Hopefully that gives us a bit more breathing room in terms of like time to kind of make things better for him. As much as things haven't been great over the last 6 weeks, for the last 7 months, they've been really good. So just got back from the office. Had a very productive day actually. So first thing I did was have a meeting with my new client, just a kickoff meeting. They're called 3D Graph. Yeah, I mean, that was good. Good to meet everyone. We've got kind of everything we need now. They just need to fill out the onboarding form, and then we can kind of kick things off on the 24th of June, as we said before. I had a discussion with Blockshift as well. They were just kind of saying like, is this typical for 2 weeks in? I said like, look, it's hard to say, especially with early stage companies. But the fact we're getting responses and we're getting positive responses, that's a really good sign. I said, I'd be worried at this stage if we didn't have anything at all. They just said, can we have a call tomorrow? I said, yeah, no problem at all. So I think as much as it's kind of stressful and they're expecting a lot, and, you know, understandably, and I just kind of need to address those expectations a bit. The good thing is that they said like, you're clearly doing a good job. They just wonder if there's things that we can do to kind of boost it up a bit. So I think tomorrow, have a call, align expectations, and hopefully we get some insights that will allow us to improve the campaigns even more. We launched a new campaign for them today as well. So hopefully that does even better. We are beginning to understand the strategy for their outbound, but as I said, it takes time and we just need to keep experimenting and get it to where it needs to be. Got lots of things left to do though on my to-do list. I think the main priority tonight is to get Hotel Ship their stuff done, because it's been a while that I've been saying I need to kind of re-optimize their campaigns and I haven't done it. So I think the focus tonight is to get their campaigns optimized, just get some more leads in, maybe test some different things out as well, do some stuff for Superstar Database. Got to go and pick up my son in around 5 minutes. So yeah, I'll be doing that for the next 2.5 hours. And then when I get back, do another half an hour to an hour of work. So yeah, that is the focus for tonight. Today's Sunday, the 23rd of June. we got a lot done today. I've just spent the whole day just trying to get stuff on my to-do list done, had a load of stuff. So I haven't recorded anything for, well, nearly a week now. I think the last video was on Tuesday. And it's just because things have been really, really hectic. Had obviously 2 new clients come on board and then other stuff going on, and also loads of campaigns just aren't working, as I said before. So I haven't really found the time to document anything. I found on Thursday, I sat down on the computer in the evening and I had loads of stuff to do, and I was just feeling really, really burned out in the sense that I had all this stuff to do and I was just looking at the screen and just nothing, my brain was just like blocked, and I just had this internal feeling that I need to just take a bit of a break. Part of me thinks just keep pushing forward, but at the same time, sometimes you have to take a step back and just kind of reset, and that was a really good thing to do. Still got loads of stuff to do, but I'm feeling better about going into the next week. So that's really what I'm trying to do on my weekends, is just to set myself up as best as possible to go into Monday and to think got the main bulk of important things done, and we can just kind of keep that momentum going. Hey guys, today is Tuesday the 2nd of July. So again, I haven't done much recording for a good week again, I don't think. We've just been really busy. Again, got 2 new clients that we're trying to onboard at the moment. So one of them is pretty much good to go. The other one, haven't done anything for them yet. But before I get into that, so if you remember in the last video, we let go of our employee. I thought maybe like just in the meantime, we can ask if she wants to just stay on to do the inboxes only. So like $500 a month. We're currently discussing that and just kind of seeing what that looks like, but I figured like she does that well, and that takes a lot of time for me to do that. The other thing I'm doing as well, and I was just doing like a bit of a mental time audit, figuring out what takes me the most time in my business. And the thing that takes me the most time is the campaign creation. So kind of coming up with the strategy, coming up with the copywriting, writing the emails, etc. So I thought it makes a lot of sense to outsource this to someone else. This is kind of hard to hire for because again, they have to be good. Don't really know where to look for people like that, but I thought instead of hiring someone, why don't we just do it as a contract role? Over the weekend, I just did some research and I found someone on Upwork that looks really solid, like a B2B copywriting email expert. So I just thought, like, as an experiment, let's give one of the new projects to him. So I spent a few hours going through creating a brief of like all the information he needs to know, who we're targeting, kind of how the copy should look, and kind of some rough parameters of what he should focus on, etc. The feedback he's got from his previous jobs seemed really, really good. So I'm actually feeling very confident about that. Just intuitively felt like a really good move. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on with that. He said he should be finished by Friday, at least with the first draft. So that's going to be such a game changer if that's good, because then I can focus on the operational side of the business. I can focus on the actual, like the things I enjoy doing, which is like building the business, scaling, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, anything that will allow me to focus on where my strengths are, I think, again, that's the best move. So I'll keep you guys posted with how that goes. I've set up a new campaign for my own pipeline. We've got 1 meeting out of it so far and 1 additional lead, so that's going pretty well. We're actually targeting bigger companies. So used to target any companies doing roughly like between 5 and like 50 mil annual recurring revenue. But with this new list, I just thought, let's just go for anyone, because there may be companies that have more money than that we might be able to help and might be interested in kind of deploying stuff for. So I just thought as an experiment, let's run with that. To close this video out, we're currently sitting at $28,500 monthly recurring revenue. We have got 1 client paused, so actually it's like 24,000 actual revenue at the moment, but they should be unpausing this month. That was our agreement. Doing pretty well, but I mean, I'm just flat out like burned out, very, very busy, and I cannot afford to feel that way because I'm the only one in the company right now that's actually keeping things afloat. So trying to start delegating responsibility, trying to start relying on other people a bit more, finding new staff members that can come and help, just take some load off so I can actually focus on other things. So fingers crossed that works out, but I'm going to leave this video here. So if you did enjoy the video, please remember to drop a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.